Kym Purling is one of the best pianists in the world and has been based overseas in the US and Europe for the past 23 years. When COVID hit, he immediately made the decision to return home to Adelaide as one of the first Aussies to go into quarantine.
When COVID happened, I knew that I didn't want to go back to the States and to Europe. I thought, you know what? The world's telling me I need to just go home and wait this out with my family.
The world-renowned pianist gave up glitzy Broadway performances to make a living doing concerts and taking on students in Adelaide.
I've had to reinvent myself, work out how I can make a living here.
So you haven't tried to book any interstate gigs since you've been back? You're focused solely on SA?
Yeah. I feel that the pain that Victorians have been through, for example, and the musicians that I know there, all having to do concerts out of their homes and stuff like that with a virtual tip jar.
Kym, can you ever imagine living back overseas again?
No, I couldn't. No. I met someone here, so she means the world to me, so I don't plan to leave her.
Kym had been planning to direct an exclusive black tie concert event in the Arkarola Wilderness Sanctuary in the state's far north. But event organiser John Simpson had to push back the show to next year because the singers were stuck in New South Wales thanks to border closures.
All of our major artists that people know and love are pretty much all interstate. When they have trouble, we have a ripple effect and we get into trouble at the same time.
The day before SA's country music festival 500 Miles of Music kicked off, SA shut its border to New South Wales and big name acts had to be cancelled as organisers scrambled to replace them with artists from other states.
It was chaotic from the start. It was nerve-wracking. I've never been under so much stress in my life.
The festival ran at a loss this year and John won't organise any new events until he knows the musicians will be able to make it. Meanwhile, some newer forms of art are now thriving. Outdoor art exhibits like the Corn Silo Light Show are proving to be popular and easier to manage events during the pandemic. This includes the first Illuminate Adelaide Festival, a merging of art and technology in the CBD, including the installation Light Cycles in the Botanic Garden.
We're just so lucky to be able to do this here in South Australia. We've known about COVID since we've been planning this first event, so we have had to adapt what we're doing. That's why we've got lots of things outdoors.
Tim Grucci created a light show installation on a Moreton Bay fig tree on North Terrace. He's disappointed during the pandemic the sporting industry gets more leeway than the arts.
Arts in Australia is a huge industry. It actually turns over more money than the sports industry, but that's often ignored.
But during COVID, many commercial artists, like painters and sculptors, picked up even more work.
A lot of patrons, people with money who invest in the arts, haven't been able to travel overseas, so there's been a rise of investment in commercial art. But then if you take it on the reverse, if you look at theatre and music industries, particularly performative industries, they have been absolutely decimated.
And it's not over yet.